Nkantu, could you tell us what your motivation was for making the film?
The motivation of the film started when I was doing my honors at Afro Film School. What happened is that I was pitching my graduation project, which was a sitcom itself. So the lecturers, they felt that the idea of the sitcom, which was about an interracial couple, was far-fetched because I had a couple that moved from the suburban area and to the township. So it was an Afrikaans girl involved with a Xhosa boy. So they moved from the suburban area to the township, and then when I pitched that, they felt that was far-fetched. That kind of world doesn't exist at all. So I thought, you know what, because I knew of a woman that lives in a township since 1996, that will be a proving point for me to do that kind of a documentary as a way to indicate that that world it does exist. So when I shot the documentary, it sort of raised eyebrows about that kind of a world, you know. So it made the narrative to work for the sitcom as my graduation project. Yeah.
And did you have an overall hope for the film?
Yeah, there was. I mean, like, the festivals that were submitted to, went to Schnitt International Festival last year in 2014, and then also went to San Francisco, where it was received well. And Pretoria as well, there was a festival called Tshwane International Film Festival, and it raised some eyebrows with regards to it being very contentious, you know. I knew somehow that this was sort of like a proper indication with regards to the democracy of the country, which was 21 years, and me as a born-free generation, having something like this, it's an indication of where we are going as a country. So the documentary actually served as a good tool in that sphere.
Could you explain a little more?
The area which Katlehong is living in, Katlehong, is next to Thokoza. We had some violence back in the days, especially in the 90s, where you had like Inkatha fighting with ANC back then, and Katlehong happened to be around that era, you know, 1996 when she moved there. That was the time of that war when it was happening, and somehow we might not be indicating that within the documentary, but knowing very well that she moved during that time, and if you know about the history, you would feel that she had the bravery or the audacity to move in an area where the violence was right at the peak during that time. So it only needs one to understand the socio-political context of that time, of course. Yeah.
And I heard you say another time that this was not a film about race so much as human spirit.
Well, one might feel that this documentary highlights the plight of an Afrikaans woman living in a black township, and see it as a racial documentary. According to my perception, I feel that it's about the whole idea of survival, it's about the persistence of human spirit, you know, because Katlehong did all that she could to survive by embracing a culture and the nuances of the township, and you know, even the food as well. She would eat what is commonly known as makwenya, you know, fat cakes, you know, and that's one of the popular cuisine that the township is known for. Yeah.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about other projects that you're involved in?
My project that I just finished recently, it's a feature film. As a co-writer, I wrote a feature film called An African Heart with a lady named Shamira Bashir, which tackles the whole issue of organ harvesting in South Africa. And then another one is a short film that I'm busy writing the second draft of it. It's called Vicious Circle. Hopefully I'll be shooting it sometime later on this year, provided we get the funds for it. And the last thing I would like, of course, to thank the National Film and Video Foundation for having me here. it was such a long journey. I enjoyed it very well. I think we've always got some interesting stuff to show the world.
That's for sure. One more question.
Okay.
With all the challenges of making film, it's a hard way of life. It's hard to support yourself on that. So we just wondered, how do you support yourself? Are there other things you're doing?
Yes, there are other things that I'm doing, and it is like a difficult industry, being like a filmmaker. So you need to also look at some other form of an income to put something on the table for the mom and dad at home, to appreciate what their son is doing. So I'm also involved in. I was offered a job as well to lecture where I studied filmmaking. So I'm a junior lecturer where I'm teaching television studies. And then also there's another project that I'm doing with township kids of teaching dramatic arts. The whole idea of teaching them how to write, direct, and stage manage plays. So yeah, I've been doing that since 2004. Yeah.
Well, I would just like to thank you very much on behalf of the Vancouver South African Film Festival for coming all this way and being able to share your insights and perspectives with us, and also for your wonderful film.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much.